Hello, good day, everybody. It's Tuesday. Tuesday. It's art day today. At least it's art day. It's not learning day. It's not tidy Tuesday. It's not afternoon chill. It is art therapy. And here I am offering you some therapeutic art and ways to make content stuff. And here's my kitty, my familiar, the pie. Tap, 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 tap. Here she is. I'm going to feed her a little bit. So, I don't have Thomas today, so I'm going to just quickly turn my comment thing on. I'm going to drop my Linktree link in here. Let's see. LT me. Yeah, there we go. Connect. Hello, Hugh. Connect with me on all platforms. There we go. Ta-da! I'm Thomas. I'm Timu Thomas. Sweet. All right. I see some of you are out there, and I say hello to you too. Yay. I'm glad you're here. The Lurking Lounge is an absolutely perfectly wonderful and valid place to be. And so is the replay if I see you there. Perfection. All right, let us skim over. And I'm going to open up my iPad and we're going to get to work because we have a full, happy little hour here before Jade Star's show. So I'm going to cover up the all evidence of who's here and who's not. And we're just going to work and do what we need to do. That's all we need. You know, you never need a big audience. You never need a big platform. You never need anything except to get into your own head and make things. Create. Being a creator and a person who looks for solutions is just better. It's better. You'll be happier. And people around you will be happier. All right, I'm going to swing right in here. We're going to, open it all up. There we go. Let's go. I'm going to throw on some music. Let's put in a nice gentle, hi Jade Star, what's up? I'm just going to throw in some gentle tunes. No, pie, we're done. No, you've got enough. All right, let's look in the sessions and see if we can. Woohoo! Oh, thank you so much, Jade. Really appreciate you. Let's not forget my coffee stuff isn't. It's Tuesday, as you may know from these last few weeks, that on Tuesdays I have a really tight schedule in the morning. I really have to wake up, take my roommate to work, and then try to set my show up basically all at the same time. Hello, Costa. What's up? On your way to work? All right, let's go. I put in these fake take drones, but let's not do that. Let's just get into a nice, sweet, smooth, trippy, fun music, and then I'm gonna show you some things I've been working on. We're gonna just get into the flow. We're gonna work, and if you've got projects that will work with you, if you've got something to work out on your iPad, or even like if you've got some drawing to do or something else that you can just kind of do in a chilling way to allow you to give yourself a little creative boost right now. Let's pick a song. Mellow 54 C minor. Ooh, sounds good to me. We'll turn everything else down. Let's get a launch pad in here. We're gonna start with some music. Nice. That's nice and smooth. Maybe let's throw some soft drums in there. Do, 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 do. There we go. We got a little music to go. All right, let me show you a couple of the things I've been doing so that you can note what we're talking about here. Let's go into my photos. Hee hee hee. Oh, here's the perfect example right here. So I took a photo of this canvas. This is a canvas that I had worked on. You can see some, like, there's some like gold paint and just some it's just a pretty little vibe, right? And I had sent it to somebody, but she had a hurricane, and so I never sent it, and I stuck it in a box until she got finished. Now she's completely moved, and everything is, the time has passed for working on this. So I just decided to drag it out myself, and I asked her for a couple of hints. I was like, what would you do to it? And then I grabbed it. So I took this photo to do two things. One is to do a digital version, and one is to do a physical version. So if you check it out, here is my digital version right there. So I did layering, and you can see all the details underneath, and you can see how cool they look with this 2 or 3 different pictures superimposed over the top. It's okay. Bye-bye. She just likes to eat. Yeah, I got the idea of these little wheels made me think of a bicycle. So now this person's like doing a bicycle in the city. Hey, Gary Hubbs, what's up? And then I kept working on it. I thought, you know what would look cool on here? It would look cool if we need to turn it sideways here. Crop. So see, I did this. I just thought, it looks good with this photo. So I actually went, this is a digital to analog remix too, because this is a digital photo that I printed out on a color printer and cut out, and now I've placed it here. So that's not that great, but I went and I just kept working, and I kept working, and I kept working, and here's what I came out with, and that actually looks pretty cool. It's a fun little thing you could set up as a poster. It says, do your work. And the reason it has meaning for me is because I got nominated for a Jammy. And this is one of the outfits, and this is some of the hard work that I did to get that I think that had something to do with getting nominated. So there's 2 whole pieces. Let's see if we can find something else that works that way. Well, I think I found it. It's this photo right here. This is a photo of this is a painting of a face, and I'm going to try to make this into something different. Hey! No claws, sweetie. She just doesn't try. What does this say? Look up artwork. See? Look at that. I painted this myself, and this is how this is not a copy of this person's painting at all. This is my painting. I didn't copy her. I didn't do anything. So when it says your artwork is like somebody else's, it not necessarily is. Oops, I've got something on my screen here that's going to drive me nuts the whole time. All right, so what we do here is we're going to tighten up the cropping. It probably needs to be turned sideways. There we go. There, it's straightened. Not quite. Yeah, 1 is better. Now if you're anything like me, you will find that your photographs are not going to be straight. You could use a scanner, and I have a scanner. I just don't think my scanner is working right now. Jim Shannon, what's up? So let's go in and let's do a little bit of color adjustment. This is a little pale. Oh, that's a little too bright. So I'm going to take the exposure up. Here we go. We'll take the brilliance down. We'll take the highlights down. We'll take the shadows down. Ooh, that looks really nice. This is my standard thing. I always put the contrast up. I always put the black point up. I always put my saturation up. And this one doesn't seem to have much of an issue with the color. It looks like it's pretty good. The white looks white. I think we'll work with this. I think we'll go done. All right. So obviously the next thing I do is, but I'm not going to actually, because most of the time I don't work with things that aspect ratio. I work with things in a landscape for YouTube thumbnails and stuff, and you can always crop something out of a landscape, but it's harder to make something landscape when it isn't. So there's a couple different ways you could do this. Let's see. Let's choose Canva for a moment. And we'll come in and we're just gonna grab just add a page. And then we're going to pop in this photo. So we want to like center her maybe, or put her a little off center. And then you can, when you click edit, you just say magic expand. So this will expand the background around maybe. Let's try it. Because then we can start messing around. See, that's just it. Basically, it looks like it just throws some stuff in there. That's not very exciting. So, I don't care about this. I'm gonna just leave it. And now we're gonna go into Procreate. See, but the thing is that could have worked. We don't have to necessarily always be thinking that each step along the way is a permanent thing. Oh, they were of 05. I love Pentel pens. They're so fun. All right, so now let's insert this. Now let's insert the photo. We'll insert this photo. Well, look. And I'm going to start playing around with ways to make this, ways to expand this myself. And we're going to start with smudging. We'll make this smudge thing smaller. See, now we're smudging it into the background. We'll make this a little smaller so you can kind of more see what I'm doing. We really want to smudge up the edges. And the more we smudge the stuff out, the more we'll start having ideas for what to do in the rest of the thing. So right now I'm working in the same layer. But you could be working in a different layer so that it doesn't mess with your original. And now, and I haven't even got to the face yet. Now we can actually pull out a paintbrush. So we were in the paintbrush. Let's look for some painting. Let's grab this jagged brush. I want to do some jagged brushing. And we'll just get a new color. Let's take this yellow and let's start painting this yellow around. We'll make that a little larger. Ooh, that's pretty. See, look at the way that the brush expands when you mess around. So we can just take and keep picking a photo. So there's a lot of this yellow. Now we'll make this a little smaller again, and we'll pick up another color. Let's pick up this pink. There's painting. See, this making like a background. It's just starting to make the whole thing. It's just starting to fit this person in. And eventually you could absolutely just paint over the top of this and then erase it underneath. But I'm going to keep on doing it this way because this seems fun to me. Oh, here's this teal. That teal is nice. The teal is really great for obscuring this edge. And you see that there's little like flowers. Now I'm going to go back in with my smudging brush. Let's find some smudge. Let's smudge some crystals in there. That's pretty. Do you see that crystal? Look at that. It's just taking and expanding. That's a very large crystal. Ooh. Now basically most of the picture has been changed up. And then I could take when I'm done, I could take this to the library and print it out, right? A smidge of smooge. Yeah, let's take and get a light color. Where is that? Where's my circle? Oh, here we go. Ooh, where's my picture? Where's my color? I can't. Oh, there it is. Wee. Yeah, I'm gonna take. Let's use like one of her lightest skin color, and then we're gonna get to some inking. Let's use this tinder box. Ooh, look at that's a square one. That looks really cool. So now, oh yeah, there we go. So now we just start. I'm gonna do like things like draw flowers. Like do a bunch of circles. parts. Yeah, maybe another flower. Now she does. She looks like she's kind of floating in a cloud. Now we'll find a darker color. Ooh, that purple. That's nice. We'll bring this way, way down. See, that way you can get kind of... We'll just kind of going over... La la la. Maybe some of my little balloon guys. Back to the previous color. Back to this pale, pale skin tone. Like, see how drawing back and forth over two different things with the same color over and over again starts to look a little bit complicated and fun. It's just a lot of this is just layers. There's a saying in mixed media art, you're only one layer away from greatness. And this may very well be the case. Now I think it can be fun. We could go over to superimpose. Whoops. Let's not write in Ukrainian today. Superimpose X, where I can find some stock stuff. We'll just open up a fresh one. We'll go into stock, and I'm gonna look for some hair. I want some hair to like copy or trace. Wow. Jim says our downtown library has a maker space which boasts a full state-of-the-art music studio, instruments, mixer board, green screens, the whole nine. That's awesome. Look at all those hair. That's fun. Kind of like this hair. Let's try the auto mask. Nope, it auto masks her hair, so undo that. Maybe if we'll put the hair back in. Restore. We're gonna give this lady some hair. 3D printers too. I'm gonna erase her face. I'm gonna erase her body. And then we're gonna bring in, I'm not gonna take out all of this because I can mess with it. But I'm gonna take out the main parts, pick out the main stuff going on, so we can set this hair up for greatness. Kind of fully erase that. Yeah, there we go. But you can just get in and sort of, you don't need to go whole hog when you're doing it this way. This is not really I mean, I may just trace this hair, right? Or paint over it with hair that looks like this. But I like to create, like, I like to make stuff out of parts. That's something I do a lot when I'm doing physical art. That looks kind of cool now. Hey, Ed Zielinski, what's up? Ooh, Gary Hubbs says one of his libraries has recording booths, digitization centers for outdated media. Yeah, you do need to check that out. That sounds wicked. All right, now we're going to just plop in this hair. This is going to be so funny, right? So what you do is you come back over and you go to current layer image, share, and copy. Now we come back over to Procreate and actions, add, paste. Allow paste. See, there you go. And the greatest part is that this is actually a separate layer. So yeah, it's in there. See, now look at her hair. And that's how you just get in. Now let's go in and I'm going to take her hairline and I'm going to use like an artistic brush. Let's see if we can find a hair brush. Abstract elements, maybe? Materials. There we go. Flowing hair. So we're going to erase the flowing hair. Ed Zielinski, what's up? Did I say hi to you? So basically, I'm just taking the hair and I'm breaking it up with this. But now we're going to need a better... Okay, ooh, skin. We'll take that down a size. See, that way it looks... See the way that doing it with the skin brush makes it look... There we go. It makes her hairline look much more natural. And of course, then you go back. Now we're gonna pull in this hair color. And we're gonna bring in, where was it? It was under materials. Let's go short hair. Wow, see? See how that looks so like hair? Wee. But of course, you have to just keep on that. The thing is that you have to keep on working with the lighter and different colors. There we go. See? Let's bring our opacity down. See? Her hair is getting cooler and cooler. Let's go back in. Let's pick flowing hair. Flowing hair. There we go. Let's choose another color. We need another darker color again. So layering, layer, 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 layer. There we go. Is that dark? Ooh, that's nice. Ooh. See, we want curls in there. You don't want just a kind of big. Do, 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 do. There we go. Look at that. See her little curls. I'm terrible at hair, by the way. But a lot of times, once you get these things, now her hair, like on her hairline. Let's go back to the dark color again. There's that. Ooh, that's nice dark brown. Do, 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 do. All the time, if you look at pictures of yourself, you'll find that there's just a bunch of little extra spots where your hair is, where little pieces of hair drop down, where some of them are all wingy. I'm tired of this drum beat. Haha. Let's go to a... Let's see if this one has... Ooh, let's put it on endless mode. Yes. Do 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 do. Let's see. It's still mellow. I'm gonna just change the song. Watch. Ooh. See, that's the hair. It doesn't look much like that anymore. This poor person, see, notice? See, let's take off the hair. There's the hair. Now, in between, I think it would be fun. All right, in between here, I'm gonna open up a layer, and let's cover the hair. And I'm gonna draw in a face. Let's find one of these dark colors. Ooh, that's a... There, that's a dark color. See, I think her face is just a little too wide on the one side. Let's get a kind of a drawing. Let's get a pencil. Sketching. There went sketch. You could absolutely trace over her. then delete her underneath. And put the eyes in. I think those eyelashes are insane because I wasn't very good at doing eyelashes. Now, see, you guys, I am actually, if you notice, I am not very good at drawing or painting. Yet I have a body of work, and the reason I do is because it doesn't matter, you guys. It's just fun. Don't think you have to be good at stuff. It's more important that you... It's just like, that's what fans the AI revolution and stuff is, that thought that people... Let's take her out. Whoa, see? So we'll grab her nose. Oops. Took that off. So now we want... So one of the things about eyes is that you always need to have a catch light in there so you leave a white space. Otherwise people don't look alive. If you want your people to look super uncanny valley, I guess. Now, this is the part where I keep on taking and removing my... See, I'm sketching the eyes. Take that down a little bit. Whoa. No, I don't want to ask Siri anything. I love this color that I'm sketching with. It looks really cool. A camera Lucida device or Loomis. Yeah, absolutely. But this is something you can do, like you have your iPad. You're just hanging out somewhere. To remove her again. Ooh, yeah, we're getting somewhere. See, now you could absolutely... I'm going to repeat this layer. I'm going to duplicate this layer. I guess copy and paste. So now we have two of the exact same layer. So now I could take this inserted image and I could just remove the entire face. Let's take this. See? Wow. Now we have a whole new face. Watch this. Okay. We have her face. We can let's go in this. We're in here. We're still there we go. And now you start again. See, now we've got the background, but we don't have the face, and we're starting again with our own face. You could even start again with, like, say, your own face, or some face off of the internet. Let's go back to drawing. Ooh. Now, I'm not very good at shading, which is why I suggest that we actually... So I've got this layer. I think we add another layer and we paint in that layer. Let's paint in some skin and stuff. Let's see. We'll turn her back on. Yeah, see, there's her. There's that face again. So let's grab some of this paint. And we're going to grab a little paintbrush. Let's get a watercolory paint. Now we'll remove this layer again. Oops, are we in the right layer? Yes, we are. There. I'm going to put in some of the dark spots. A little dark underneath here. Hi, kitty. What are you up to? I just love to just mess around. I think what we need now, though, is we need a lighter color, and what we need is some where is it? We need airbrushing. That's what we need, a soft airbrush. There we go. So we're going to take this color, and instead of classic, there we go. So the way we're going to do this is we're just going to move this color towards white. Now it's super pale, right? So now you can just kind of wee. Wee. And now we're going to blend it. Let's blend it with let's blend it with the skin brush. Where's the skin? Materials. Rough skin. I'm just gonna give her some texture. Do 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 do. Of course, the middle of her eyes. Let's find a color. I'm gonna pick a color. Let's pick this light green, and then we're gonna take it and move it dark. It's not even very green anymore. Let's make it a little greener. And this makes let's stop this in as an eye color. That'll go. Let's go inking. Just give those eyes a little color. Ooh, I love the texture of this. Wow, that's a really pretty eye color. It's actually not very far from my own eye color, I think. Do do do. Then we'll want some white in there. So notice here how what I'm doing underneath on this 5 layer, it's underneath the hair and it's underneath the drawing of the face. So no matter what I do, you still have the face on there. So like in here, I go in and I just gently erase the eye underneath here. See, it doesn't erase the lines. But when we come back in, I see this person, she's sort of starting to get a little bit of she's starting to look a little bit human, I think. Let's find a nice pink for her lips. Ooh, there's a nice pink. And remember, let's gently, softly ink. Let's take the opacity down a little bit. And then of course you can just come in here and then I would just keep darkening it there, and then you'd have your and then of course blending with your, let's not blend with skin, we'll blend with, let's blend with airbrush. Ooh, that's huge. Ah. See, now that it looks a little more. That's what happens if we take off our drawing layer. Now she looks really creepy, doesn't she? But eventually, if you paint in enough details, you're going to be able to, you will be able to remove like drawing layers. And this is kind of this is whole idea of making the vibe just painterly or artistic. You don't have to make a person who is realistic looking. Of course, you continually work with, like, once again, let's get an airbrush, and we turn, so the airbrush is really tiny, and let's get this skin color again. There we go, we got it. And if we want a darker version of it, we just pull it down. And now you can just softly put in like under eye circles. You can put this little nose, you can do that smaller, a little smaller nose, a little in between the little right here. And remember, we're just going to keep on blending. And then of course, like neck. Come back in here. Let's bring the white back in. And now we're just sort of like, see, when you go over the dark spots, they don't look as dark. They're kind of blended out. And you just keep going. And just, you could work for hours. You could work for days on these, you know? Of course, that hair is starting to drive me insane, so I want to erase some of this hair again. Let's go back to the hair. There we go. Kind of make her hairline look a little less creepy. So much of this is just little small bits. Like if as long as you use textured brushes, see, back to flowing hair, so you can just get you can start blending. You're blending in see? Just blending with a little hair. Blend, blend, blend. Blend. She's got the flying hair. With her blood, with her... See how those are... So me, mommy, 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 mommy. We could also go in and take this layer and blend the lines a little bit. Now she doesn't look so outlined, but the lines are still there. They're just kind of blended. And blend her nice little eyebrows. Yeah, I think this is cool. All right. Then, of course, I could take and reprint this. I could cut it out. Right? Yeah, some shadow under the chin. Exactly. But the whole point is that you just continue to work, work, work. Uh-oh. I almost killed my layer. Yes, you're painting. You're softly airbrushing. So you just come in and you just start working dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. It can be so fun. Just kind of taking the shadows and making them a little blended, and eventually she doesn't look half bad. She sure doesn't look like the original. She looks a little bit like the original. We'll just take her just the way she is and share her to a PNG. Save the image. All right, it's almost time for Jade's show. So let's go in and look at this new picture. See? This does not look like this. She looks like a kind of a different person. And once again, we're on the move. We're just working towards making. Yeah. Gary says I've only made visual arts on paper in the old school way. This is cool. Yeah, I am obsessed with taking photos of paintings that I made in real life and messing with them digitally, and then taking things that I made digitally and printing them out and adding them back into my IRL art. It is so fun. I can't explain to you exactly how it makes me feel. It's just how do I say this? Having a hobby like this or something, it may never lead you to any artistic success. Although, let me tell you guys, I have sold paintings and I've sold prints and I've been hired to create things for people. And I think that the reason that I feel this way is because I never stop feeding my creative soul. I think that's the part. You find a process you love and you just keep doing the process. It will change your life. It may not change your life dramatically so that all of a sudden you're a millionaire artist, but the truth is, and I'm going to bring my face back in now. Ha. But the truth is that being happy is so much more important than being super successful. Like, if you're super successful and you're not happy, then why did you make all that money anyway, right? Why do you get all that adulation if it doesn't feed your soul? What you need to do is what is good for you, to the point where, of course, you follow your responsibilities, because that is part of who you are, is what you chose to do responsibly. Let's end this music, and I'm going to, let's see. I'm gonna block out one. Whee! All right. Next up, we have Jade. I have a dump set. Ah, I love how that sounds. Yes, like waxing philosophy, indeed. My philosophy is waxy. All right. Yes, Fur and Frets is live here tomorrow. Yay! And Friday, of course, at the very end of your day, I have Midnight Chill to take you into the weekend with joy and peace. And I wish I could remember what Jade is doing next. Let's see. So, it's just 1 minute. So keep your hands inside the ride and we'll find out, right? Big love, everybody. All the peace you can carry. I will see you over at Jade's.